guys, and welcome to the beginning of season number 3. There's a couple of transfers to let you know on, one being a very big one. So let's get into it. So these are just youth guys. Unfortunately, the only problem with simulating this is we miss out on the youth intake. So I've just went back through, checked who we had. Obviously, this guy, I signed him up. I signed up the ones who were good enough star to be worth signing, just because we missed out on them. So I've re-signed them. But these are the only two transfers to be aware of. Arthur, on loan for Juventus, 16.5 value, leading first division player. Really good, well-rounded. He's 27, so he's younger than Fred. So I figured I'd take a gamble on him and see how we do. Financially, we're in a really good place. The board aren't really giving me much money, which is a disappointment, but we'll see that. And then 17.75. Most of that's in future fees. I'm hoping our board will be less stingy for Job Bellingham. Looking at this, he's wanted already. He's literally just signed. Oh, loan. That's fine. He's not going anywhere. But really well-rounded. Everyone knows his potential. Potential to be a 5-star. Decent first division already. So I'm really happy with his signing. And hopefully he can be our star player. He can be our new Endrick. And we'll see what happens there. We've obviously still got Endrick to go at mid-season. So mid-season he's going to go. Maybe they'll give us that 62 million then. Who knows? Or actually, let's have a look. Income this season. Transfer. Where's players sold? No, we haven't got it this season or last season. So hopefully that money will come in January. Well, this league's January, which I believe. There we are. In July. So in July, should get some money for this guy, and hopefully that'll help us towards making some big signings in July. But we'll have to wait and see with that one. But that's all we're going to do transfer-wise for now. We've got one player actually coming in potentially on loan, which is this guy, Philippe Johnson. So he may be coming in as loan just as a depth option at left back. But other than that, there's no other signings expected through the door. I will now simulate this season and we'll see how we got on in the third season. Guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the end of season number 3. There's a bit of transfer news to actually let you know of, because in January I decided to make a couple of signings. So the ones I made is I signed Alfie Dorrington on a free transfer. Just a depth option. He's a good young player. I'm hoping potentially I'll loan him out, be able to sell him for some profit later on. John Arias, another one, brought in on a free transfer. I'll probably sell him in the summer. Fred, free transfer again, because luckily our January window seems to time in with when the end of the Premier League season is, so I can try and get some free signings. Did have a goalkeeper lined up and Hannibal from Man United as well, but they both rejected us. Ryan Pardo Parquez, who is a young regen keeper, potentially 5-star, so I got him in as well. And they've also got Amid Diallo, who the frustrating part is I couldn't actually register because I realised there was too many changes. So I couldn't register him, but those are the ones who've gone, who came in. Obviously, main person's left here, which is Endrick. I realised I said signings in January, signings in July. This is throwing me off these windows, but Endrick also left in July. He's at Real Madrid now. He's valued at 106 to 112 million, but it looks like he's barely played for them. And when he hasn't played well. He was doing really well for us before. 20 goals halfway through the season, which is really good. But that's how we went transfer-wise. Now let me get into and I'll show you the competitions. Okay, so we finished second again. This time more of a gap between us and first. They unfortunately signed someone on loan who I tried to sign, which is Gabriel Barbosa, who got 42 goals. It's kind of annoying, but I kind of wanted him, couldn't get him, and he's ended up going there, which is frustrating. But finished second in that. The Brazilian Sao Paulo State Championships we won. We lost in the semi-final Cop Libertadores again. We won that once out of 3 times so far. We won the South American Recopa. We lost the Brazilian Super Cup runner-up to, again, top of the league, and knocked out in the 4th round by top of the league in the Brazilian Cup. So only got the 2 trophies this year. Bit of a disappointing time, but hopefully next year we can carry on. Ronnie is still banging in the goals. I think our strategy needs to go to more younger players at the minute. But the problem is attracting them. I'm really struggling to attract good young players at the minute, so we'll have to see how that goes. But that is going to have to be our strategy. But either way, that has been the end of the second season. Let's have a look at some performances, and then we'll see where we can go for next year. Actually, let's have a look at abilities. So Ronnie is our best player. He's 4-star, really good player, 29-star first division player. He is wanted by Real Madrid, 21 million. If we can get a decent fee from him, I may be considering selling him, but we'll have to see. Wolves want Gabriel Moreno, again, really good player, 10.5 to 11. Potential-wise, we've still got Pardo, Luis Guella, who is a young 18-year-old striker. He's looking pretty good. And also Joe Bellingham, who is now 3 stars, still potential 5-star. Good first division player, really well-rounded. So those 3 I'm hoping will come on quite a lot. Looking at selection info, so most goals was Ronnie Lopez. Bruno Tabata had 20 goals. I believe he had 26 last season, so he's doing really well for us. Lopez, 15 goals. He's continuing to do well. Guerma had 9. Dudu had 8. Zaccharo had 8. Assist-wise, Dudu's top. Arthur with 12 is second. And then Bruno with 12. So they've done really well. But that's how we've done that's how we've done sort of squad-wise. I will see you at the beginning of the second season. What I want to show you first, actually, is if it's still here. Yes, youth. So we've had a really good youth intake. We've had Alessandro here, who is potential 4.5-star. He's a good ball-winning midfielder. Paulo Sergio, a 5-star. He's a central midfielder. Lucas, who is a central defender, potential 5-star. Pretty decent stats already, mind. We've also had these 3. So Marcio Calm is the pick of the bunch. He is a central attacking mid, potential 3.5. Casio Pazmento, who is potential 4-star. And Luis Henrique, who is 3.5. Looks pretty decent. But looking at our development pool, Henrique is the best regen who's coming through. I may look leading third. I want him to develop a bit more, and then I'll potentially look to get him into our first team. But I am keeping an eye on these guys just to see, because if he can develop to even a second division player, I may look to promote him and just see how much depth he can give us. But we'll have to wait and see with that one. But that has been it for the third season. I'll see you back at the beginning of the fourth.